स्टैंडर्ड 9 चैप्टर 1 इसका हम पार्ट देख रहे 11। लास्ट लेक्चर में जो हमने रिलेशन देखा था बिटवीन टू रेशनल नंबर्स, अभी हम जो देख रहे हैं वो है रिलेशन बिटवीन टू इरेशनल नंबर्स। देन रिलेशंस बिटवीन टू इरेशनल नंबर्स। Then what is the relation between two irrational numbers? Let us set some examples for it. For example, I am taking two irrational numbers such that root 2 plus root 3. Then it is I plus I, irrational plus irrational. Then what will be its answer? Root 2 plus root 3. As we know, the decimal expansion of root 2, which is 1.4142 something something, root 3 1.73 something something आगे जा रहा है, तो both of the decimal expansion are non-terminating, non-recurring, and definitely the answer will be 3.1 something 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 something, which is also non-terminating, non-recurring, and it is an irrational number. So I plus I may be irrational number or may be a rational number. How can we say that irrational plus irrational may be a rational? That let us see another example. If I make a sum of both numbers, root 2 plus minus root 2, here root 2 and minus root 2 both are irrational number. Here plus minus minus, then it is root 2 minus root 2, which is 0, and 0 is a rational number. So I can say that irrational plus irrational is equal to irrational or rational. Similarly, I can say irrational minus irrational इज इक्वल टू इरेशनल और रेशनल, मतलब दो इरेशनल नंबर का जो डिफरेंस है, सब्ट्रैक्शन है, वो या तो इरेशनल होगा या तो रेशनल होगा। कैसे? तो इसका भी कुछ एग्जांपल दे रहे हैं, जैसे रूट 3 माइनस रूट 2, ये आ रहा है इरेशनल नंबर, कोई भी डेसिमल एक्सपेंशन है। सिमिलरली इफ आई टेक रूट 3 माइनस रूट 3 टू सेम इरेशनल नंबर, देन इट इज़ 0 एंड इट इज़ अ रेशनल नंबर। सो डिफरेंस ऑफ टू इरेशनल नंबर मे बी इरेशनल और रेशनल। नाउ वी आर सेइंग the multiplication means product and division of two irrational number. Then the multiplication or division of two irrational numbers. Here also, if I divide irrational by irrational, it may be irrational or rational. How can I say that? If I divide root 3 by root 2, definitely it will be a irrational number, or if I divide root 2 by root 2, then root 2 cut, then the answer will be 1, and 1 is a rational number. So division of two irrational number may be irrational or rational number. Similarly, I can say product of two irrational number I into I, which is also I or R, मतलब ये भी rational या irrational हो सकता है। कैसे? Then if I multiply root 3 by root 2, then powers of both terms are same, it is 1 by 2, but product root 3 into root 2 is equal to root 6. As we all know, root 6 is an irrational number, so we can say that I into I may be I, or if I product two irrational numbers, two same irrational numbers like root 3 into root 3, then it will be square of root 3, square root cut, then the answer will be 3, and 3 is a rational number. So I can say that irrational into irrational is equal to irrational or rational. So these four rules between two irrational numbers that we have studied, that I plus I, irrational plus irrational, I minus I, irrational minus irrational, I into I, or I divide by I. In all the four cases, the answer may be irrational or rational. The examples that related to these four conditions that we have seen earlier in this lecture. Now we are going to see some relations between rational and irrational. So relation between rational and irrational. Let us see. Suppose I am taking sum of rational plus irrational number, then it is always an irrational number. Why? because suppose there is a rational number, suppose 1 by 2, and irrational number which is 2. So 1 by 2 means 0.5, root 2 means 1.414213 up to infinity, then it will be 0.5 plus 1 point something, then it will be 1.914243 something. It is also non-terminating, non-recurring term, means I can say that r plus I is equal to I, means rational plus irrational is equal to irrational. In the same case, if I subtract, suppose I am writing 5 by 2 minus root 2, means I am taking r minus I, or I can take I minus r also. Okay, then 5 by 2 minus root 2, it will be also 2.5 minus 1.414213 up to infinity. Then the decimal expansions of this 1.09 something. It is also a non-terminating, non-recurring term, decimal expansion, and it is known as irrational number. But in the case of multiplication and division, let us take some more examples. That in multiplication and division, if I'll take multiplication of rational into irrational, that there must be condition that we will not include 0 in the rational number, otherwise 0 into any number will be 0. Otherwise we can say here that multiplication and division, but 0 will not include it in the rational numbers. So r into I will be always I, because if I take 1 by 2 into root 2, then it will be 1 by root 2, which is not a rational number, it is irrational number. And similarly from this example I can say that r by I or I by r, एक्सेप्ट 0, याद रखना 0 को इंक्लूड नहीं करना है, बिकॉज 0 अगर डिनोमिनेटर में है तो आंसर 0 ही होगा, और न्यूमिनेटर में आंसर नॉट डिफाइन होगा 0 अगर डिनोमिनेटर में. इफ 0 इज इन डिनोमिनेटर देन द आंसर विल बी नॉट डिफाइंड, एंड इफ 0 इज इन न्यूमिनेटर देन आंसर विल बी 0 ऑलवेज. सो विल माइनस द 0 फ्रॉम रेशनल नंबर्स, then always r upon I or I upon r, for example 3 by root 2 or 2 by root 3 or root 3 by 2. In all such cases the answer will be irrational number, because the decimal expansions of these terms will be non-terminating, non-recurring. Then as we have seen here, that rational plus irrational, rational minus irrational, rational into irrational, and rational by irrational, all are irrational numbers. So these two kind of theories is important for us to do exercise 1.5. So revise it. We'll see exercise 1.5 in next lecture.